Marvin. How are you? So, I'm at the point where I may need a little bit of help over here. I've got a bunch of horses to get rode and I need a hand. So, what I'm thinking about doing is doing an apprentice slash helper, if you will. Now, this isn't a job to where someone come and get paid a shit ton of money, whatever. I mean, how much does it cost to go to a trade school and learn a trade, right? This is kind of what this is. If anyone out there's looking for some horsemanship skills and learning some of these things about these horses, I've got years of experience. I've got a lifetime of experience with these things. Kind of know what it takes to get one going right, to know what it takes when you've got one who's not going to learn the things you want it to learn, who's just incapable of that kind of stuff like that and that. So I've got tons of knowledge to pass on to somebody. A lot of times, to me, knowledge is worth more money than you can ever have in the bank, because you can do all kinds of stuff with the knowledge. So if anybody's looking to learn anything about them, you got a young son at home, young daughter at home, whatever, that's looking for something to do during the day, there's a couple of requirements that a person needs to be able to do this. You got to have want to is number one. If you don't want to do this, you got no business messing with horses. So want to is number one. Stick to itness is another one. Just a couple of real quick ones out there. The stick to itness means you got to stick to something. You got to be the kind of person who's got something in their mind and you want to accomplish that goal. If all your thing is I need money, I want money, I want money, I want money, this isn't the place for you. Don't even bother answering. Don't even say you want to try this or none of that bullshit, because it's not going to work. If your only motivation is money, then this isn't for you. You've got to like animals. You've got to have time for them. You've got to have patience. You've got to have nuts the size of a dang 5-year-old bull. Now, before I let that go and not clarify on that, when I'm talking about nuts, I'm talking you got to have heart. You got to be able to get knocked down and stand back up again. If you're not that person, then this won't be something for you. I'm standing by this little thing. This is the little one that came in, her little buddy came in with her week and a half ago or so, right? You're thinking, oh, look how cute that little pony is. Well, she's cute until she doesn't want you to mess with her. When she doesn't want you touching her feet, the little thing bites, the little thing kicks. I'd pull up my pant leg and show you my legs. Well, I've got bruise coming from here clear to here, and I'm talking black and blue. Damn near busted my, whatever the hell that front bone is right there. Damn near broke that bone on me. She kicked the shit out of me. So you got to be willing to take those bruises and still get up the next day and still say, I still like these little things, and I'm going to stick to it until I get this. I'll go after her in a second. Let me finish my point on my help wanted thing. So if that's something that anyone out there is interested in, you got a kid who's having trouble or whatever, but he's got back to the balls as big as a 5-year-old little bull. That means you got to have the heart for that. I don't want to see a line of guys coming down my driveway dragging their big old nuts behind them, because that's not what I'm talking about. You can pack those things away and leave them there. But if you got heart to get up when you get knocked down, you've got to be respectful. You've got to be able to take a little bit of criticism. If I tell you something, you got to be able to step back up and pick your head up, keep your chest out. I'm good with all of that. I want a kind of a cocky little guy in here who's not overboard. You got to be humble in a bunch of ways, because you got to be able to be humble to these things. And if you're just a dipshit who gets pissed off at everything and just wants to pound the shit out of anything that gets in your way, you don't need to answer that either. I'm looking for somebody to be able to grow and to wants to do something. I can teach you how to do their feet. I can teach you how to get on one. I can teach you how to handle around a wild one. I can teach you what it looks like to be on a good horse, and the time to get on one and the time not to get on one. I can teach you tons of things. I can teach you how to fix a damn water line when it breaks. I can teach you how to mend a fence. I can teach you tons of deals. But again, back to the want to. And all I'm looking for is a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday guy. For a few hours in the morning, maybe till noon, something like that. And I will even throw in, I'll get you your gas money coming out, I'll get you that kind of shit like that. But as far as big money flying around me, I'm not that guy. I don't have that, and I don't do that. I am not money motivated. I am just work motivated. If I got shit to do, I'm happy with that. I don't need to make $1 gazillion off of every damn transaction that I make and whatever. It is. A lot of people say that's bullshit, whatever, but you can say whatever the hell you want. It's a true statement. I'm not that guy. So yeah, so if that sounds like something that describes your one of your kids or something, that you need to get the little bastard off the sofa from in front of the TV and need something to do, this might be something to hit me up, let me know, go into my comments and tell me what you think. Ask me any questions you got and I will answer your questions. But anyway, so back to the little kicker here. This is where the stick-to-itness comes in, right? Even though she kicked the dog shit out of me the other day, that didn't mean I got to come out here with a rope and hog tie this thing and throw it around and do all kinds of things to it. I mean, I got to go where I got to go to get done what I need to get done, but it gets done. So let me see if she's gonna make me look like an idiot. Before you would go down to touch this horse and you'd slide down to here and she would turn around and bite and kick and strike and she just would go ape shit. So I'm just gonna ask her to let me clean her little feet. Good girl, sweetheart. Well, ain't you a darling? And this was 2 or 3 days ago that she took it to me. And I mean, she whipped my ass more than any big man would do. Let me see your back foot. Good girl. Well, look at the little donkey. Nice job, honey. And I'm not gonna spend an hour down here messing around. I'm just doing this just to see if she'd let me go down there. Bull, why do you have to be in the middle of everything? But you gotta have a heart. You gotta be kind to these animals. You gotta be willing to take some of the knocks that come with them. I mean, some of my videos, you'll see some of the young boys that have been here before getting bucked off with some of these horses. Shit happens. And I guess the only thing that I need from the parent and what I need from a kid if you're underage is I need you to know how to sign your name, because you will have to sign a release form. Because again, shit happens. You may get bucked off of something, and I wouldn't put you on anything that I wouldn't get on. And I'm starting to get to the age now where there's gonna be some of these horses that I won't get on anymore. So I'm not gonna be able to tell a young man that and say, dude, I'll get on that one before you get on that one. But today I'll still do that. But there's gonna be a day that I'm not gonna do that anymore. And man, you put a young kid on some things and they'll get themselves hurt, they'll get into wrecks. This is a dying art to learn how to mess with these horses. There's not a lot of hands out there who can still do this. So if you're interested in this and you're not the kind of person, this is my office. Every morning I get up and this is my life right here. I get to come out here in the outdoors on nice days. If it's a shitty day, I can limit the time I want to be out in it. But this is my office. I would take this over sitting in front of a damn computer all day long and having all that bullshit. I'd take this over that any day of the week. This is the way that I go. So again, if it's something that interests you, hit me up on the comments. Let me know what your situation is, and maybe we can make accommodations and get somebody in here. I will feed you breakfast and I will feed you lunch too, so you don't need to bring that stuff. I mean, there's just a couple of little perks, but your biggest perk is you get to learn a lot of the stuff that I've got already, right? You get to learn all that kind of crap. And if it's an older person who's looking to do something, why, howdy, are you gonna bite me? If it's an older person who's looking to do something, blessed is the young and flexible, right? That's why this is kind of limited to youngsters. Because I don't these aren't dude horses that I mess with. These aren't horses that everybody just goes and pays their money and climbs aboard and you've got this freaking robot going down the trail. That's not what these are. If you want to ride that kind of horse, hell, go up in front of Walmart, drop your quarter in on one of those and ride those ones. These are horses that need work done to them. They need to be trained. They need to, good girl, they need to be just kind of lined out and on the same page with humans. And that takes a little bit of work and it takes a little bit of dangerous work. I don't want to get an old person hurt. I don't want to do none of that. But if you do got a horse that you want to work with, I will do lessons even that way. If you want to do lessons with your own personal horse, you can bring them, come on over on a Saturday, take an hour. Hell, I don't know what I'd charge for that, maybe 75 bucks an hour, and you can have me for an hour and I can pick out things. I can climb on your horse and show you where you're doing things wrong. I can do all those kind of deals like that. I mean, don't bring me over a bronc that's bucking everybody off and tell me, well, can you get on him and show me how to do that? No, I'm not going to get on him and show you how to do that in one session for 75 bucks. It's not going to work that way. But if you got one that you're just having little issues with and whatever you're having trouble communicating with that horse, bring him on over and we'll go through. I'll spend an hour with you on him. I'll do those kind of lessons. But I've got hell, I don't know, 13, 14 head of horses right now that I'm riding, outside horses that I'm riding, and I do them by myself, and I split them up. I'll do half one day, half the next day, then alternate them that way. But every day they come to the fence, every day they get groomed, every day they get handled, blah, 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 all that. So it's not always just sitting on broncs. There's a lot of other things to this horsemanship. Again, I can teach a young man how to do feet. And if you know how to do a horse's feet, you should not go hungry a day in your life, because you can go anywhere and be a horse shoer. There's horses all over the damn place. And hell's bells, when you get good at that and you're a master shoer, some of those guys are $200 a horse. You can do 15 horses in a day. I mean, add that shit up and see how much money that is. There's probably no lawyers making that much money. You can make money, as much money as those guys sitting behind a damn desk any day of the week. And you don't need to be a puppet for the system. It's just lots of perks for an outdoors person. If you like to be outside and you like messing with animals, you got the heart for that, and again, the heart meaning all the way through. You got to be compassionate. You got to be forgiving. You got to be all of that kind of stuff like that. And you got to be brave and strong and full of yourself, if you will. So if that sounds like something for anybody out there, help wanted right here. We can maybe work something out. Anywho, you all have a great day. Go ahead and cut that, baby.